Happy Friday, everybody. Today we're going to look at some coal porters by Kato. All right, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So this is a piece of rolling stock that I have a lot of experience with. I currently own, 7 different sets of these now. Kind of like my quest for long unit grain train, really long coal trains or something that I used to see quite frequently in my area, and I've always kind of wanted to have something like that running on my layout. And these are basically the best deal in the industry, in my opinion, when it comes to getting long unit grain trains. And there's a couple of pros and cons to running the Kato coal porters, but we'll kind of jump into those when we talk about the usability of these and why I think they're the best option. But let's just take a moment and look at a couple of the different types that I've got. These are the protein gondolas, and actually the BN versions are the same. I just ended up buying the coal inserts for them so I could run them on my BNSF coal trains. But these were some of the first ones that I picked up. These are probably the most affordable of all of the different varieties. I don't know if people just don't want them or whatnot, but you can find these really reasonable. So I picked up a couple sets of these that I'm going to turn into my Christmas train and have like candy or something being hauled in them. But these aren't weathered yet, and they're a good example of the actual detail that Kato puts into these. And I believe these are aluminum in real life, and they sure look it up close. I don't know that the camera does it justice, but really nice fine detailing. The rivet work or bolt work, whatever happens to be, is quite nice. And the inside of these also has some relatively nice detail. You can see the rivet or bolt work down in there as well. Paint is nice and crisp, and you can almost read the words that are on there. It's pretty good, especially for the price point that these come in at. This is the oldest set that I've got. I've had them for a couple years now. They're nicely weathered. I did that myself, but they really do look nice on the layout. Here's my BN option, and I have this one separate from the others for a particular reason. It's probably time to talk the usability of these, and Kato, to their credit, oh come on, focus for me, there we go. Because you're running a long unit grain train, they kind of have proprietary couplers on these, and there's a special way to get these coupled, but they're really not for, switching services or anything like that. These are meant to be put together in a long consist and stay that way. And at least for these, the metal wheels definitely help the pulling power problem. You get a lot of these, there's a lot of friction with the plastic wheels. These roll super nice and easy, even when there's a whole bunch in consist. However, there is one problem. Because of the way these couplers are put together, there's not a whole lot of side-to-side play. And I found on the lead car, you probably want to do a microtrains conversion and pull the bolt and slap a 1015 in there and you're off to the races. But this really helps with usability. You can hook up to a lot of different lead engines this way. Most engines nowadays have body mount couplers, and it is just easier, especially on tight curves, to attach and stay connected to the engine if you've got a microtrains on that lead car. When it comes to usability, though, you really don't have to worry about these things. They're absolutely set it and forget it. once you get them consisted up, and that is the difficult part, there is really no easy way of doing it unless you just run these down a ramp into each other. But you'll notice like this, the couplers can kind of get stuck in the up position, so you have to make sure that they're down and ready to go, and you'll kind of run into this situation. And really all you can do is just kind of lift them and hook them together. Once they're hooked up though, solid. You'll never see them come apart. They just run and run and run that way. You can, when you're doing your initial lash up, get this in frame a little bit better here. If you just kind of roll it down the ramp, they will hook right up. They're, I think, designed to be coupled this way. It does work relatively well. Whatever you want to do there, but like I say, once they're hooked up, there's no getting them apart. These things run in consist forever without problems. Forward, backwards, through turnouts, doesn't matter. These things are rock solid and are absolutely set it and forget it. So why these versus all of the other Cole Porter options? Well, the price point on these is basically unbeatable in the industry. And unless you're picking up some good used somewhere, you can buy these in sets of 8 for right around $100. Some people will try to charge you more on eBay for rarer road numbers or whatever, but for the most part, you can get the current release from Kato for right around $100 shipped on eBay or what have you. So even if you have to do the one set with the front microtrains conversion, you're right around $105. That puts these anywhere from $12.50 to $13 a car. And for the quality of the workmanship, the awesome usability, and they flat out run great no matter what you're doing with them, they're a great deal. You can't go wrong with them. A little bit of a tangent there, but thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate it, and I will see you this Sunday for the review. Have a good weekend.